Hello, my name is Vincent Baker, and this is...
I'm Zach still.
And I'm Ronald.
And we're Vindicated Entertainment. Today we're reviewing The Binding of Isaac 4 Souls. So I played this game twice, Ron's played it a handful of times, and Zach played it for his first time just now.
I was a virgin.
And it was a fun game. In this game you play as different characters. In the backs of the cards it says, Who am I? And then
Who am I?
there are different characters you can play. Here we have Eve and Maggie, but there's many more in the game.
I played Eve.
They each feature their own starting item and their own sort of abilities that help out so that each character plays differently. You also have different loot cards, in which some loot cards provide passive effects and then other ones will go away. There's also treasures, which are indicated with these backs. Treasures are really nice cards that you can get throughout the game after you fight some of these monsters. The monsters will give you different loot, and the objective of the game is to collect 4 souls, hence the name Binding of Isaac 4 Souls. So all of these monsters will give you a soul for defeating them, but not all monsters in the game will give you that. So, with that being said, what's your first impressions of this game, Zach?
I liked it. It was fun. It was interesting too.
Yeah, and you have no knowledge of the video game because, of course, it's a
video game.
Yeah, this is based off a video game. So Zach didn't even know that. It's a very popular video game that was, I guess, first published on Steam by an indie developer, correct?
The game was made by Edward McMillan. Or everybody just calls him McMillan. He makes amazing games, by the way. If you ever played any of the Super Meat Boy games.
Oh, I didn't realize this is a Super Meat Boy guy.
Same guy who helped create a lot of Super Meat Boy games back in the day and stuff like that. And speaking of, if you guys are big fans of the Binding of Isaac game, there is still one more release of the major game still coming out called Binding of Isaac Revelations. Still on the way.
Okay, cool. So how do you feel this card game captures the essence of the video game?
Basis on the idea is it maxes like it. What did I say? It has the same potential as in the video game, where just like it's a bullet hell based dungeon crawler roguelike. It's more like when you're playing on the table, you'll see people building synergies like you would in the game. Like how I might have saw you playing, for example, today. It was just over there. You had blood effects that would, whenever you took damage, you get points and points and points and points, which would stack on top of each other. And which is more of an idea and start to a synergy.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards you can create your own combos and your own synergies together and have your own strategy, which makes this game a lot of fun because you have to kind of go off the cuff with which cards you're being dealt and how you can manipulate those cards. Such as Zach would keep putting the best cards on top, he'd put it in his hands, and I'd swap my cards from my hand with his. So in essence, he was helping me out by trying to help himself out, which was great. It also comes with this great like little money bag, and then you get the little tokens. And it was very fun for me to I love playing with like little coins. So, you know, it's just nice to collect these coins. So
The gaming gods love Vincent.
But yeah, we can go ahead and also I feel like I've never played the video game, but I think just playing this game, like I feel like you don't have to have knowledge of the video game in order to have fun with this game. So if that's a concern of yours, you don't have to worry about that. However, like Ron said, if you do enjoy the video games, this game does seem very faithful to the video game.
And the game actually can go only for like $20 just for the base game. It's not an expensive game.
For this game? Or for the video game?
For the video game.
Okay,
and for this game by itself, it's probably a $30 game.
Okay,
That's still not
okay,
too
yeah,
bad,
$30
though.
for this game seems like a really good price. So with that being said,
Well, I'll say one thing. You said the video game. Like I said, I didn't know there was a video game. So for me, it's just like, it's just new.
Last time I checked, the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Binding of Isaac was originally a Flash game, and it became so popular that it became a game on Steam. And afterwards, it got a reboot just recently, back in 2018, at the start of the year, which was called Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Ever since, it's been a reimagining, better graphics, better design, and all the card designs you see on here are actually how they look on the new redesign.
Ooh, interesting. All right, so let's go into our ratings. So our ratings are a bit different. We have X, Y, Z, V. So Ron, I don't think I told you this, but X means that it's bad. Stay away from this game no matter what.
It sucks.
It sucks. Y is like, why even bother? Or it could be like, you know, only bother with this if you're a fan of the video game. It's like, this game's only good enough to play if you're a fan of the video game.
If you're a fan of the set franchise.
Yeah, if you're super fan of the franchise, then you should play it. Otherwise, probably not. And then Z is for amazing. It's an amazing game. You should definitely give it a chance. And then V for Vindicated. Vindicated approved means is the top tier games like 5 years down the road, you'll still be thinking about this game as being a game that you'll continuously want to go to. It's kind of like on the upper echelon of like your top games of all time.
I'm trying to think what I was thinking about 5 years ago.
You didn't even know board games existed 5 years ago.
There was Monopoly.
No. Okay. So what would be more interesting? How about we go with Ron first for the rating?
Let's go down the line because it's more experienced version.
How I feel about it?
Yeah.
I'd have to give it a B. I really like it a lot,
Okay.
and not just that, but they've also the game was so popular it actually got an expansion.
Yeah, this game was so popular. This game got an expansion, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we played this on stream, and a couple people have asked us about that. So it's obviously a good expansion when people say, "Oh, are you playing with the expansion?" Because there's not often you'll hear people say that.
Yeah, it's really good without it, but honestly, the expansion adds even more countless hours to the game itself.
I was about to say, the only thing I would detract from the game, maybe, I mean, I didn't have a problem this time, but I could see, like, if certain things didn't work out the way they did, and if it took another hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, I could see that being a detractor.
It is hence why, though, they would prefer you to play with only 4 players.
That is true. That is true. We did play with 5 players when on the box it says up to 4. So I will give it that. Does it say 4 plus? Or
It does.
Yes.
Oh, 4.
You can play with more than 4 players.
Oh,
but
got
it
you.
prolongs
Okay,
the
that's
game.
interesting.
It
I've
just
never seen it. Okay.
prolongs it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. What
Baker?
about... No, we're going to go to you.
You're asking the virgin?
Yeah.
The virgin?
Yeah.
I like it. I like I said when we ended, I wanted to play another game. For a first, I think my rating would change the more I played it because I was so confused on stuff.
I will say it is hard to give a solid rating after playing a game one time.
But it's a good basis because I feel whenever we play any of these games, I'm a good basis on a lot of them because I've never really played board games. I've never played. Anytime we come here and stream games, 99% of the time I've never played the game. So I'm a good basis on someone that's never played the game. And if you have experienced people like Ron and Vincent playing them, it's a good explanation. I'd give it a Z. It would probably, if we played this more, I'd probably give it a solid B. But as a first basis, still trying to learn it as we went on, a good Z. I mean, I love it. I want to play it some more, like I said.
Yeah, this is tough. This is probably going to be one of the toughest games I've ever rated because I'm very stuck between Z and B.
Now let me ask one thing.
Yes.
Every time you've played, how many people have you played with?
The first time I played was with 3.
Okay.
Then the last time we played was 5.
Okay. So you've only played it twice.
Correct.
All right.
Both times I had a lot of fun.
And both times you won.
Both times. Well, I'm not gonna say that.
I
That
will.
jinxes myself. I'm not saying anything.
He's won both times.
Which maybe it might color it might color my rating a little bit because I do remember there's one game that I would have given a V. Because I had won like every single time I played, and I played it a decent bit of times, and then I bragged about how much I won, and then I lost. And the time I lost, that game was miserable because it was like nothing was going right, and I was just like, this game is not fun.
Was it Keyforge?
No, it was not Keyforge.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to say, I'm going to give this game a Z for now, but if you ask me at the end of the year, it definitely could be bumped up to a B.
If we play this a couple more times during the year, we'll probably...
I definitely think that if you're into the art style and you're into like a fun game you can play with friends and there's like strategy, but it's also easy to understand like once you just play a few rounds of it, I definitely think it's a game that teeters that line of Z and B, and so you should definitely, if you're interested in it, you should definitely get your hands on and play it. So,
I like it.
Alright, give it a Z. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and follow us for all of our updates. We also have a Discord link in the bottom where you can come hang out with us, talk to us about anime and gaming.
Am I in there?
Yes. Alright, take care and stay awesome.
The video's over, but this was made by our Patreons.
We really appreciate what you've done for us, and we'd appreciate it if you'd continue following us further at patreon.com/Vindicated Entertainment.
Yeah, you guys. Be sure to check out some more of our videos, okay? Bye.
That one.
Hey, it's Vincent here, and you're still listening? Okay, anyways, that's completely okay. I just wanted to tack this on to the end of the video because after recording this review, I just kept thinking about this one particular subject, and I would be remiss if I did not bring it up. And if you've been following me, you would have possibly seen an article I written about another game that was put on Kickstarter, in which this game had like amazing mechanics. It looked wonderful except for one thing. The overall theme just kind of bothered me. And it had like a lot of I don't know, like demon Satanism kind of stuff going on, and because of that I just was like, I'm never gonna play this game, unfortunately. And it's a little upsetting because, you know, I'd love to based on the mechanics, but just for me personally, it just doesn't sit well with me. And while I still love Binding of Isaac, and I'm not saying that the theme and the way things are presented would turn me away from playing the game, because obviously I enjoy the game and I had a lot of fun, and this is my second time playing it. But I do feel like, if I was being completely honest, in which, you know, thankfully I've had tons of people tell me that they love that I'm authentic, and I feel like the only way I can be authentic is if I mention this, but some of the things in the game do personally bother me a little bit. Enough to where even though it's one of my favorite tabletop games I've possibly ever played, and I've been questioning if I should give it a V, a big hindrance in me giving it a V for me personally is the fact that I don't think I could ever buy this game and feel good about having it on my shelf. And of course, this is very, very subjective to just if you have certain beliefs and what you believe in and things like that. And of course, if, you know, I fully expect that pretty much everyone watching this video they don't feel the same way that I do about this, and that's completely okay. Like, I'm not judging you at all. Like by all means, play the game, and it is a very fun game. So I just wanted to be honest and transparent with who I am and what I enjoy, and just give my honest opinions on it. And I felt like bringing this up during the video, but I also felt kind of awkward bringing it up, and I felt embarrassed, and I felt like I'd be judged for saying the things I've currently said. And as a means to like defend myself and like not be judged and put myself out there, I just decided to hold back on that because I was too afraid to say anything. But I know that's not why you come here. I know that's not why you enjoy what I do. You enjoy what I do because I'm transparent, but I'm also nice. I'm authentic, and that doesn't make me a bad person, you know, because I know that I'm a nice person, and I know that I'm not judging others. And so while I'm sure there are some people that will watch this and hate me for what I'm saying, I know that the people that really matter to me won't care, and for that I really appreciate you. And like I said, by all means, it's an amazing game. Of course, if the themes don't offend you at all, then it's definitely definitely play it. I'm still probably going to play it again in the future. Like I said, though, I probably won't personally buy it. And I just think it's a little bit of a shame because I don't think some of the things are necessary. Of course, I love darker aspects, like I love ghosts and monsters, but I could deal with a little bit less pentagrams and stuff. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. And I feel like I'm a little bit more lenient on this game than the other game, because the other game took itself very seriously with the tones, the artwork, and everything. And this game takes itself a lot less seriously. I can tell that it's meant to be just fun, and it's not meant to be something that is meant to, I don't know, for the lack of a better phrase, just, you know, take it seriously, not take it seriously. And I can tell that this is something that's not meant to be taken seriously. Anyways, I'm running long at this point. Just know that I really appreciate you, and thank you so much for understanding. If you do understand that then I know that you are in the right place, and I love that you're a part of the Vindicated family. So thank you so very much. And as always, stay awesome.